Hello, this is Jen from Newton's Nook Designs, and today I'm excited to share with you our brand new spring release. This month is packed with spring goodies. We've got umbrellas, we've got flowers, and paper, and stencils. So many fun things that you are just going to love using to brighten those dreary spring days. So we'll get started. We'll go through each stamp set individually. I will give you a closer look at the stamp, and then I'm going to show you some of the cards I've created using it. So stay tuned for some fun inspiration. First up is our new Spring Blooms paper pad. This is our newest in a series of 6x6 paper pads that include 24 sheets of 12 different double-sided designs. So there's 24 total patterns, and you get 2 of each design, and they're double-sided. This one includes flower-based patterns that are geared towards spring flowers. So we've got daffodils and tulips and all the really cool iconic flowers for spring. I'll walk you through it so you can see all the pages. The first page here has daffodils, tulips, and daisies in the pattern. The next page has a big field of tulips, so this is a little bit larger of an image. Fun for doing a card by itself or using it with some of our critters. Here we've got some lilacs, tulips against a pale yellow background, daisies against purple, 2 different colors of daffodils against a white background, another big landscape. This time we've got daisies, some little petite daisies, a big landscape of daffodils in different shades of yellow and white. Here we've got some more tulips in rows. Another of tulips, some yellow daisies this time, and some daffodils. And this is like a daisy from the top looking down, or daffodil I mean, from the top looking down. And then we're back to the first one with all the same prints. So then you get 2 of each. So there is your second half. And then on the back side, we've got kind of some basic patterns. We've got quatrefoil, some more floral prints, some tiny flowers, some gingham, some purple flowers, yellow flowers, a green quatrefoil. So just really kind of basic prints. So you can really mix and match your basic backgrounds here with your more graphic patterns on the front side. And you get 2 of each pattern in this pad. So with that, I made a fun Mother's Day card. I simply took several of my favorite floral prints and lined them up, fitting so that they would fit inside our framework edge. And that is cut out of a purple piece of paper. And then over that, I placed the Happy Mother's Day sentiment from our Mom and Dad stamp set. And that's a stamp set that just has a bunch of basic Mother's Day and Father's Day and sentiments for Mom and Dad. So I added that on here. So that's a way you can make a super quick and fun and beautiful card for Mother's Day. I also created a card using one of those big landscapes. Here's the tulip one. And so you can see how easy it is to make a quick card using this. It kind of designs your whole card front for you. And I simply added a Happy Spring Hello in a yellow circle and an extra cloud. The cloud is from our Sky Scene Builder die set, and for the circle I used our Circle Frames die set. And then I just added this postage edge with the framework die set. So this card was so easy to make, and you could do this with the daffodils or the daisies too, and have some really quick and easy cards ready to go. You can make them birthday cards, you can make them spring cards, just by changing out the sentiment. Next, I'm going to show you our Spring Haul stamp set. So this is the third in a series of stamp sets with trucks. There's one in the autumn with pumpkins and stuff, and that one's called Harvest Haul. And then there's a Christmas one called Holiday Haul. So we thought it would be fun to add a spring one to our collection. So this one has, you can see there, tulips, daffodils, some little posies in a watering can and a little blanket in the back of a truck. And it says, "May your spring be filled with sunshine and blooms." And then we have some cute little add-ons, a bee, a butterfly, and a tulip, so you can make little scenes with it or just add them into the sky. And of course there is a coordinating die set available. Die sets are sold separately, and that one includes all of the images that are in the set. For that, I created this fun card. So I used that "May your spring be filled with sunshine and blooms." I stamped that into the sky of this skinny card panel here. And then I used our cloud stencil, which is just kind of a nice edge border stencil that you hold down and like ink across the edge to make layers of clouds. And then I used our hills and grass stencil. I used the hill to make this fun hill on the bottom. And that's a great place for this cute truck to hang out. I colored the tulips and daffodils and all of the fun things in the truck. And then I added some of those tiny little images, some couple butterflies to the sky and a bee. And then I framed it with 2 different pattern papers from that new Spring Blooms paper pad. So a very fun card. It was simple to make once I figured out the design, and I just love coloring, so it was a fun image to color. So if you like coloring, you'll definitely want to check this one out. Next, I'm going to show you our new stencil. This is our Spring Garden Line stencil. We've done a few stencils like this already. One was different lines of trees, so we had tree tops and trunks. We did a palm tree one with palm tree tops and trunks, and a Christmas tree one with tops, trunks, and decorations. So for spring, I thought to break a little bit from the tree theme, we could do flowers. So this one has rows of daffodils, rows of tulips, and then the stems. And the cool thing about this is that the tulips or the daffodils can be placed on the stems. They fit either way, so you can use them one or the other, or you can even combine them and use them together. I tried to space them so that if you carefully mask off every other one, you can use every other one and have tulips and daffodils on your card. So there's so many possibilities of what you can do for this, and of course you can see there's etching here to help you align everything perfectly. Here's a card I created, and I did the carefully masking off every other bloom so that I could do both tulips and daffodils on this card. So you can see how pretty that looks when it's every other flower is a tulip or a daffodil. It really wasn't that difficult to do, and it was really fun to create. And then for my card, I simply added a bottom section of grass using our land borders die set. So there's more grass for the tulips to hang out in. Even though my yard, there's a couple tulips coming up, and they're coming up in kind of the old leaves and mud right now, but there'll be grass soon enough. And then I just simply added a bow and the Thinking of You, and that's from our Spring Blooms oval stamp that I'm going to show you in a few minutes here. So just a really quick, beautiful spring card, what you can create using that garden line stencil. Next we have our quatrefoil stencil, and I was trying to think of what would be a fun basic pattern that would go really well with floral themes, and I thought this kind of fun pattern was just so pretty. It reminded me of like something you might see on a basket or a candle holder for your bathroom, something like that, and I was just like, that would be really cool on a stencil. So we created this quatrefoil design, and it's really basic, but I think it's going to be a favorite for just adding like a fun texture or background. I think it's going to go really great with those floral images. Today I tried to make a card just featuring the quatrefoil background, and what I did was made kind of an ombre from blue to purple using that stencil. And then I cut it out to fit on this little scalloped edge, and that die is from our framework die set again. And then I added a little ribbon, well, twine actually, and the Mini Thanks onto a banner. Mini Thanks is from our Thankful Thoughts stamp set, and I embossed it on white. onto this banner from our Frames and Flags die set. So just a really simple, quick card. These would be great to have on hand if you need a few thank yous to send out. You can make them in any color, so make them in your favorite color and quick and easy. Next, I'm going to show you our new stencil. This is our Spring Garden Line stencil. We've done a few stencils like this already. One was different lines of trees, so we had tree tops and trunks. We did a palm tree one with palm tree tops and trunks, and a Christmas tree one with tops, trunks, and decorations. So for spring, I thought to break a little bit from the tree theme, we could do flowers. So this one has rows of daffodils, rows of tulips, and then the stems. And the cool thing about this is that the tulips or the daffodils can be placed on the stems. They fit either way, so you can use them one or the other, or you can even combine them and use them together. I tried to space them so that if you carefully mask off every other one, you can use every other one and have tulips and daffodils on your card. So there's so many possibilities of what you can do for this. And of course you can see there's etching here to help you align everything perfectly. Here's a card I created, and I did the carefully masking off every other bloom so that I could do both tulips and daffodils on this card. So you can see how pretty that looks when it's every other flower is a tulip or a daffodil. It really wasn't that difficult to do, and it was really fun to create. And then for my card, I simply added a bottom section of grass using our land borders die set. So there's more grass for the tulips to hang out in. Even though my yard, there's a couple tulips coming up, and they're coming up in kind of the old leaves and mud right now, but there'll be grass soon enough. And then I just simply added a bow and the thinking of you, and that's from our Spring Blooms oval stamp that I'm going to show you in a few minutes here. So just a really quick, beautiful spring card, what you can create using that garden line stencil. Next we have our quatrefoil stencil, and I was trying to think of what would be a fun basic pattern that would go really well with floral themes, and I thought this kind of fun pattern was just so pretty. It reminded me of like something you might see on a basket or a candle holder for your bathroom, something like that, and I was just like, that would be really cool on a stencil. So we created this quatrefoil design, and it's really basic, but I think it's going to be a favorite for just adding like a fun texture or background. I think it's going to go really great with those floral images. Today I tried to make a card just featuring the quatrefoil background, and what I did was make kind of an ombre from blue to purple using that stencil. And then I cut it out to fit on this little scalloped edge, and that die is from our framework die set again. And then I added a little ribbon, well, twine actually, and the mini thanks onto a banner. Mini thanks is from our Thankful Thoughts stamp set, and I embossed it on white onto this banner from our Frames and Flags die set. So just a really simple, quick card. These would be great to have on hand if you need a few thank yous to send out. You can make them in any color, so make them in your favorite color and quick and easy. Next, I'm going to talk about our Rainy Day Doxy stamp set. Now, if you're a fan of Dachshunds, you'll notice we have a few other Dachshund stamp sets in our collection already. There's a Christmas one, there's a Halloween one, and then a spring one where the dachshund's flying a kite. So there's some really fun dachshund stamps in our collection already, but it's been a while since I've done a new dachshund, so I thought, oh, it would be so cute if he was carrying an umbrella and wearing a raincoat. So that's why I created this stamp here, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's got his cute little raincoat with the buttons in the pocket and the hood, and then he's got his umbrella, a puddle and a splash, and some raindrops. And the sentiments are sunny days ahead, and you make me happy when skies are gray. So this would be a great set for uplifting wishes in the spring. And a die set is available that has dies for the image, the puddle, the splash, and the raindrops. For this card, I created a fun sun and rain scene. So this card has the cute little dachshund, and I colored him with a yellow raincoat and a blue and yellow umbrella. And then cut him out with a coordinating die. And for the scene, I used our Land Borders die set to create the grass. And then I used that sky edge, I think it's just called Clouds, to do the clouds in the sky. And then I used our raindrop stencil to do the raindrops in the background. And of course I had to add a cloud and some sun, and again that's from the Sky Scene Builder die set. But the whole "you make me happy when skies are gray" sentiment is just so uplifting and cute for a spring day. Next up we have our Newton's umbrella stamp set. We can't leave Newton out. We have to have something fun with Newton in every release, and this time Newton is floating off into the sky with his umbrella, and he's got his little toe beans showing. Those are always fun to color, so we just love seeing that. This would be great for uplifting or encouragement or get well card. You could use feeling under the weather. I've got you covered. Those would pair well together. Or you could simply use you lift me up. And of course we have some raindrops included if you like to build scenes with your stamped images. So that is a really fun one of Newton, and of course a die set is also available for that. And we do have some other fun Newton rainy day sets in our collection. He really does like the rain. We've got Newton's Rainy Day, we've got the Rainy Day Trio, Newton's Rain Boots. So make sure you check out the website because Newton is so cute in all of his little rain outfits and umbrellas and things, and he's just having so much fun on the rainy days. I have a couple of cards I created with this set because I was having so much fun. First we have this one, which you may have seen in the release images. This uses the kitty with the umbrella, and then I paired it with You Lift Me Up, just kind of behind him, and then 4 different patterns from the pattern paper pad, the Spring Blooms paper pad that I showed you earlier. And that's just a fun, quick and easy card showcasing Newton in the paper, and I watercolored him on this one. It's just a really cute card. This one is really similar to the last one, except I added that framework edge with the postage edge again to just kind of give it a little bit of a colored border. And then I used 2 more pattern papers, and then the You Lift Me Up in a scalloped circle this time. Again, these were using our Circle Frames die set. So just another way, this one is colored with Copic. So you can easily change up. These cards are quite similar, but yet you get a different look just depending on how you color the kitty and how you arrange the papers. So just so many fun ways that you can use this. I also paired Newton and his umbrella with that spring garden line stencil I showed you earlier. So here's what you could do by combining those two, and it's just so cute. He kind of looks like Mary Poppins, like floating away with his umbrella up in the sky. So I used that cloud stencil to create layers of sky, and the garden line stencil to create, on this one, layers of tulips. And then I did it again with layers of a layer of, well, this one's daffodils, and then I did one with a layer of tulips. So there you can see like how you can make the same card, but they both look totally different and just really fun. And then again on this one I used watercolor to color the kitty and gave him a pink and purple umbrella. And on this one I used alcohol markers and gave the kitty a bright red and yellow umbrella. So you can really change the look and feel of the card just by changing your coloring too. So there's some fun ideas of what you can do with the Newton's umbrella stamp set. Next, I'm going to show you our Spring Blooms oval. Now, we've been doing a few oval designs over the past year for different seasons, and so we're back to spring, and I thought it would be fun to do one with tulips and daffodils. So here we have an oval, and all the way around the edge you have daffodils and tulips in various directions. So just a really fun image to stamp in color. And this will fit inside. I'm going to show you, this isn't new, but this is our oval frames die, and that image will fit in really nicely inside this scalloped edge. And you can also use the next one down to cut it inset a little bit, and it will fit in that. So either of these two will fit that image perfectly. And then this one would be great for like adding a layer underneath it to frame it, give it a little more dimension if you wanted. So lots of really fun options with that. And this oval set works with all of our oval stamp lines, so make sure you check that out on our website. We have them for almost every season now. So lots of fun options. So here, this one includes, for sentiments, thanks for brightening my day, a happy spring hello, which I used in the sunshine on that other card you saw, sending you sunshine and smiles, spring is in the air, happy birthday, and thinking of you. So a really great variety of sentiments with thinking of you, happy birthday, some spring sentiments. So this is a really great set, and I think you would love to have this in your collection because it's so versatile. So let me show you, this is what it would look like if it was cut out with that second oval shape there. This one I haven't made into a card yet, but you can see how pretty that is with that added scalloped border. And then I forgot to mention that all of these sentiments will fit inside this oval either vertically or horizontally. So you have a lot of options that way too for either orientation of a card. And then to make a really quick card, then I did this one, cutting that out with that second oval, the slightly smaller one, so you can see how pretty that is when you cut it out with that, and then you can cut a second oval with a scalloped edge to frame it. So that's a fun way to use that oval frames die. And then inside this one, I didn't really color each individual flower. Instead, I just kind of splooshed inks onto the print. So it's just kind of like a generic watercolor background with splashes of ink. So you don't have to always spend a lot of time coloring. I mean, I love to color, but sometimes, you don't have a lot of time and you just need a quick card. But this looks so beautiful too, just having that fun spring splashes of watercolor. And then I used the oval frames die set again to create two more smaller ovals. This one of vellum and this one from yellow. And then added thanks for brightening my day on the smaller oval. And in the background, I used that quatrefoil to make a nice green background. So you can see how fun that was. And that was actually a really simple card to make. Now, if you have a little more time and you like to color, you could definitely go in and color each individual flower like I did on this card. And this one, these are watercolored, so they're still a little bit loosely colored, not like perfectly colored with lots of shading or anything. But I did do some watercolor on all of the images and made them purple tulips, yellow daffodils with kind of an orangey center, and then a little white flowers. They could be daisies or just a little posy of some sort. And then I even did a little bit of blue wash in the center. And then on this one, I used that smaller oval again to cut out the image. And then I used the larger scalloped oval, and this time I used it on one of those pattern papers. So you can see how this is that pretty purple floral print behind it. And then I used the same two smaller ovals for vellum and a sentiment thinking of you, and the green quatrefoil inked stenciled background. So two very similar cards, but you get really different looks, whether you really want a bright, striking look by coloring all the images, or you just kind of want a fun pastel spring card that's quick to make. So you can go either way. There's lots of options of what you can do with this set. The last set I'm going to share with you today is called Fabulous Fungus. Now this isn't overtly spring, but it was kind of a fun nature set, and I thought it would fit with all of our fun spring items, so we put this in this release too. So this set features a whole bunch of different mushrooms, a variety of mushrooms. Obviously the morel is an easy one to identify, but the rest of them are just kind of general fun mushroom shapes that you can mix and match with the sentiments. And this one's got some really funny sentiments. Let me go through them with you. So we've got, oh, shiitake, which you could pair with, it's your birthday. Oh, criminy, I missed your birthday. So either of those sort of exclamations that kind of sound like they could be a naughty word, but they're not. And then go with, it's your birthday, I missed your birthday. That's a fun way to create a card. Sorry if you heard a thump upstairs. That's my kitty running around on the next floor. Then we've got thank you very much, morel support, which will go perfectly with the morel mushroom, to a really fun guy, so that also could go with, you know, one of the birthday wishes, get well shroom, and hope your day is so mush fun. So some really fun mushroom puns in there. So the great set, this would be great for making masculine cards with the fun guy sentiment, or just, you know, fun cards. You can make your mushrooms traditional mushroom colors. Some of our design team made them in fun rainbow colors, so there's just a lot of fun things you could do with this. And of course the die set is available to cut all the mushrooms out, and that's what that set looks like. So I hope you guys like that. I thought it was a lot of fun. And I had 2 cards to share using that set today. So the first is a simple thank you card. And this one was another one of those cards that was rather quick and easy to make. I just randomly stamped a bunch of the different mushrooms over the background. And then I took a few colors of Distress Oxides and just kind of took the ink on a paintbrush and scribbled it over the mushroom. So really quick and easy, not worrying about whether I was in the lines, just to add pops of color. Although they're more earth tone colors, but still just color over the background, making a fun pattern. And then I used the oval frames to create these 2 ovals here and stamped thank you very much in there. And then on this little duo of mushrooms, I colored them a little more carefully with my alcohol markers and added them as a focus to the card along with a little bow. The second card I created is also a quite quick and easy card. This one I used a craft colored card base, and then I stamped mushrooms again, just kind of randomly across, but only going across the bottom this time so they don't fill the whole card panel. And then I used a light brown Copic and just kind of went over some of the spots on the mushrooms to highlight and give a little color. And then I did the same with a white gel pen to give little highlights over the background. Then for the real pop of color, I added this yellow inked circle and the one mushroom that I colored in red with white spots. And then I added the sentiment, oh, criminy, I missed your birthday. So that would be a great way to send someone a belated birthday card. So just a fun pop of color here, and then keeping the rest of the card neutral. So that is what I created using the mushroom set. I hope you guys like that one. So again, I'm just walking through all the fun cards I created using these sets. I've been having so much fun creating with these new spring items, especially as it's not quite spring here in Wisconsin yet. We're definitely on the edge of the warm weather. We'll have a warmer day and then we'll have some snow. So that's just how it is for spring here in Wisconsin. I hope that you're having some nice spring weather where you are and that you enjoyed all these fun, uplifting spring colors and images today. Now all of these sets are available in our shop at newtonsnookdesigns.com under the new category, or you can always search under spring too to see other sets that you may have missed. lots of fun spring things on our website in addition to this. So make sure you check everything out, get your order in, and I hope you have so much fun crafting for spring and that we've given you some fun ideas today. Make sure you can also check out our blog and our Instagram accounts to see more inspiration. Our design team did some really cool creative stuff using these products as well. This is only the stuff that I personally created, but we have a whole bunch of other ladies who are very talented making stuff for us that you'll see in our social media. So you can follow us on Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and don't forget now that you're on YouTube to subscribe to our channel too, so that you can get notifications. Hit the little bell if you want to be notified whenever we post a new video. We're not going to spam you every day with videos. We only do them occasionally. So you definitely will want to catch up on all the stuff we're creating here. And I hope you enjoyed it and have a wonderful day. And I hope that your spring is filled with sunshine and blooms, just like on this stamp set. Thank you so much.